Today's video, I decided that I want to play 1.17 Minecraft, but I wanted to do it a little bit differently than like a snapshot or a hardcore, and so I decided the best way for me to do this would be in a 100 days world. So in day one, you just do the casual gathering resources, collecting wood, finding your first village, finding iron, which, unpopular opinion, I think the new texture is really cool. And then I went to bed because, well, there's not much else for me to do when it goes night. Day two, I found this hill, which I thought was a really cool place to set up camp, and then went down this mine because mining is useful, Minecraft in the name, yeah. Then on day three, I found diamonds. I've been mining for quite a while, and I was happy. And then I decided to come back up and go to sleep because I wanted to make my house better. It was a box in a wall at the moment, and it stayed a box in a wall. It's a bit of a fancier box in a wall, as you can see on day 5. It took me the entirety of day 4 to build it. It didn't look it, but it did. Day 5, I also found myself a desert temple, which was worth me going in. Actually, it was worth me going in. The 3 golden apples come in handy a bit later on. And then I wanted myself cows. I wanted to get some food going. And so I made a cow farm, a wheat farm. Hated the cow and the wheat farm, broke the cow and the wheat farm. And then just swapped them pretty much. I put the cow farm where the wheat farm was and the wheat farm where the cow farm was. Mainly because they were getting in the way of the window and whatever of my house. Then I added the cows, took way too long, and then I looked for axolotls. I wanted to find a 1.17 mob, and axolotls are just the best. Like, don't even question it. Day 9, I couldn't find them, so I ended up building a section between the rivers and the lake that I have outside my house. Day 10, looked for a horse. Tried out a couple of horses. It's like going to a car showroom. I tested out some of the horses, picked my favorite, and moved on. I think I got a good one. And then days 11 to 13, I went mining again because I just needed gear. I found some diamonds, found myself a mine shaft, and then I found an amethyst tube. Honestly, had no clue how rare these things were at the time because I just stumbled upon it. And then I found an axolotl. It's not like I waited for a whole day to find one and then found one in a ravine. I hate this game. Day 14, though, I wasn't waiting around. Even though it took me ages to find one, I found one and I put it straight in my pond and named it immediately. Me, Axel the Axolotl. I also then named my horse Donkey. I almost said Donkey Horse. I also named my horse Donkey and built myself a nether portal because at some point you have to go into the nether. I think it's unnegotiable that you have to go into the nether at some point. I then made a spyglass. Honestly, spyglasses are really cool. It's basically zoom without having to add the mod. And in vanilla Minecraft. It is kind of useful. Day 15, pillagers. I hate them. You'll see why I hate them literally tomorrow. But I then added, glass to the walls of the lake and got myself some gear because I wanted slime. I wanted slime for a little project that I was doing. Obviously, sticky pistons were needed. And this is why I hate pillagers. Why do they spawn outside your base? As I was on my way to get some slime, I ran through a village and accidentally started a raid because of the bad omen effect. So I had to hide Donkey in this house and spend literally the next 2 days beating a raid. Almost dying, not once, but after this village had, celebrated, after the village had celebrated early, I almost died again. They had celebrated while the Ravager was still alive, and I almost died again, as you can see. But luckily, I didn't. Luckily, I managed to keep running away and survive, and then keep going to find the slime. This is my main quest. It kind of got sidetracked a bit by the raid, but I came out with like 31 slime balls or something, which I think was actually really good for one night's work. That then allowed me to put the sticky pistons in and start work on my piston door, which I hid my enchanting area behind. So it was kind of hidden, but it was, there. Day 21, I went back into the nether. I wanted blaze rods and I wanted glowstone for my enchant area. It really smooth operation. I've never had such an easy time in the nether. I came back out, perfect time for sunset, so I knew exactly what day it was. And then day 23, I used those blaze rods that I'd got to make brewing stands and then blaze powder for my Eyes of Ender. Because obviously I'm going to need the Eyes of Ender at some point to, go to the end. The rest of day 23 was spent making trees. I was building trees, growing trees, and gave up and used Zoomavoid's video to instantly grow a big tree. Honestly, I was so impressed, I made 2. Don't ask me why. I just made 2. Then Bees, 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 bees. Meet Barry B, meet Constantine B. Don't ask me why it's called that. And Toby from a special request. I wanted to get my bees in that area. I needed the honey. I liked the honey. Day 27, I didn't like the way my landscape looked. I didn't like the grass. Didn't like this little hill here. So I deleted it all. I got rid of it all. You know, day 27, I started removing the hill. I deleted the hill. Day 28, it started to annoy me. And so, day 29, I got rid of it. You know, now it's gone. Day 30, I wrote in my notes, no more golf because, I'm covering up the holes and, you need holes to play golf. I'm not funny. I know. Bear with me. And then I used the water to get rid of all the grass because it's just, in my opinion, this kind of grass, like the grass is ugly. Like this grass that's just everywhere is just ugly. Day 32, however, because I'd used the dirt to cover up all the holes, all the open top mines, everything, I decided to make myself a proper mine so I didn't have to keep finding a hole or whatever. And by the end of day 33, that mine was completely done. I made a base of operations at the end of it. And it looked, honestly, alright. It was functional. And then I found my second 1.17 mob. While I went mining, I found glow squid, killed the glow squid. And then used its remains to make this joke on a chest full of leaves. Day 37, I wanted a bridge because the other side of the lake here, I couldn't really get like easy access to. So I decided that I needed a bridge. So I chopped down some trees, started making the bridge. And once I got the basic structure of the bridge down, I realized that there was fish and squids everywhere in my lake. And that's a bad sign when you have an axolotl because they eat them. And I basically ended up finding Axel in the river next door to the lake that I had. He somehow got through my sand wall and managed to escape, and I don't understand how. Day 38, I got wood. Day 39, though, I used that wood to make the bridge. I'm not a builder, okay? It's an alright bridge. It'll do. Day 40, I kind of got wood fever and, well, did the same thing to the mine. I'm sorry to anybody that builds in Minecraft. Day 41, I started out on my quest, though. For the next 10 days, I kind of had an aim that I wanted to do, and that included me getting beds. And the speedrunners of you will definitely already know what I'm doing, because now I'm throwing the gold in to the pigs, and I got the most dream luck I could have ever asked for. I got ender pearls immediately off it. And for those of you who don't know, I'm trying to go to the end. People that wait, we're going to ignore this bit. This never happened. Yeah. So people normally wait till day 100. I wanted to get the end done by day 50. Again, this never happened. So then I successfully got my stuff so I could go to the end with all my stuff again. So I could get the ender pearls, get the blaze rods, all that kind of stuff. No problems there. Day 45, there was a problem. Day 46, made myself a bow. Day 47, I was off to see the dragon, the wonderful dragon at the end. And I got there, I found the the stronghold, quite easily. And to be fair, I say portal room, I did also find the portal room quite easily. As you're about to see here, I run in a straight direction from here. There's a zombie in the way, absolutely terrifying, as you can clearly tell. And straight ahead, portal room. Honestly, I don't think it could have gone any better there to find that portal room. And then day 49 to 50, I jumped straight into the dragon, into the end, because I wanted to fight the dragon. I wanted to get it over and done with. I wanted the ability to have shulkers, to have the elytra. You get the gist. Could have gone better, but it could have gone worse. Honestly, could have gone worse. I broke the pillars. I then also, used the speedrunning tactic to kill the dragon using beds. Blew the last bed up. The dragon left me with one nice little surprise. And then I got the egg, I got his baby. I got its children. I like to separate children from their parents, as you'll find out later on. I then used the XP that I got. Honestly, never had level 30 until this point. Never had level 30 until that point. Axel died. Well, I say he died. He disappeared. He wasn't in either river on either side like he'd escaped previously. And I couldn't find him. But I replaced him, because that's what every good pet owner does. They replace their pet the moment their pet dies. And, yeah. Day 52, well, not day 52, day 53 to day 56, I then decided to level collect. I wanted to go mining to get diamonds, to get levels, because I was bored of not having full enchanted diamond armor. This is the stuff I got. I think it was a pretty good haul. You can definitely see I went for the levels with the amount of coal and redstone I've got, but I then lost Jeremy. Jeremy was the replacement for Axel, and he didn't even last a week. I think it's the Demigorgon. I think the Demigorgon is taking the axolotls into the Upside Down because they just disappeared out of nowhere. And so to make sure it wasn't the Demigorgon nicking all my pets, I went to go and get Donkey, because both the axolotls had gone missing since I left Donkey at the end. So I needed to make sure I could go get Donkey so I didn't lose Donkey to the Demigorgon. And he hadn't made it to the Demigorgon yet. The Demigorgon hadn't made it to Donkey yet. So that was lucky. And then I decided to, you know, create the Great Sheep Massacre of 60. Now, it's called a Great Sheep Massacre of 60 because on day 60, which you know why, that's why it's the 60 at the end, I killed 54 sheep on my way home. I'd sat in a boat with a goat. My favourite day of the entire 100 days, by the way. But yeah, I killed the sheep because I wanted to go netherite mining because, you know, I got to day 61. You know, I'd had fully enchanted gear and everything, but I didn't have a single piece of netherite. So that's why I killed that many sheep, because I wanted netherite. And I got half kind of lucky, you know. I got kind of lucky with the netherite. You know, I found a piece there, came home, had 8 pieces. That gives me 2 ingots, which I used on my pickaxe. And I used on my hoe. It's an achievement, okay? And also, never waste a netherite on a ho-ho. Why wouldn't you have that? Day 65, I didn't want to cause another massacre, so I created auto wool farm, I think it's called. I always call it a sheep farm, but it's an auto wool farm. Basically just allows me to collect wool while I'm in the vicinity, because the sheep, these 3 sheep that I trap in here, grow wool, eat the grass, get sheared, blah, 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 repeat, rinse and repeat. And so I just trap these guys in here. This basically allows me to get wool without having to go on a mass murder spree. Day 67 and 68, AFK. That's all I have written down in my notes, and clearly is all that happened. Day 69, however, I made a bin. Because anybody that thinks day 69 had any sort of other connotation than just a normal day belongs inside of the bin. So there you go. I made you a bin. And then day 70, I went straight back into the end. I wanted to go to the end city. I wanted wings. You know, I drank a Red Bull. Red Bull's supposed to give you wings. It didn't give me wings, so I wanted virtual wings instead. And I got lucky. I found an end city quite quickly. However, it didn't have an elytra. And it was so irritating because it took me half an hour to find this next end city. I didn't find an end city in between. This was the second end city I found half an hour later. And while I was up there, I could see, you know, there was definitely an elytra, and I decided that I just wanted to glide. And in doing so, I let the levitation take me up out of the highest part of the end city, and I just glided. Honestly, the gliding was so good, and it was so fun. And then I came home, it took me another 2 days, and I made some shulkers. Didn't know what to put in the shulkers, so the shulkers are in the chest. They're not coming out anytime soon, because I didn't know what to use them for. But then I went netherite mining, and I know some of you might say netherite mining, but I went netherite mining again, because I didn't have enough netherite. I honestly just didn't have enough netherite. While I went end city raiding, I found a diamond pickaxe of mending, and so I needed another piece of netherite to combine them. However, Here I realize the nether's just really dangerous. Anything can come up on you. So I want to make myself a highway and a hub so I'm safe. I can link the end portal, nether portal, with my nether portal to home. But I ran out of stone. I've been going for 77 days and I ran out of stone from the amount of times I've been mining. I was astonished when this happened. I was not expecting to run out of stone. So I had to then go mining once I'd lit up this staircase. I then had to go mining to get more stone, which I honestly didn't think I'd ever have to do. But while I went mining for some stone, I managed to find myself a very, very, very lucky mine shaft, because past this water, there's going to be a right and a left turn, and you're only going to see me turn right, but on both sides, there was an 8 vein of diamonds. On both sides. I found 16 diamonds immediately. After that, I obviously collected stone while I was down there and made this nether hub. I quite like the nether hub. It's kind of low ceilinged, but we'll deal with that. Day 82 though, I had to confirm my suspicions about the bees, because I know this will be hard for some of you with the loss of Barry, Constantine and Toby. But earlier on in the save, earlier on in the world, I didn't have my nether portal covered up like it is now. And the bees flew through the nether portal and died in the lava, because I'd watched one of them do it. And so Barry, Constantine, and Toby all died actually quite horrifying deaths, if you want my complete honesty there. 83 and 85 went netherite mining again, because as you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, when you look at not in the bottom left-hand corner, the bottom left-hand on my hotbar, my netherite pickaxe is dying. And I needed to add the mending, which as you can see here, when you look at the pickaxe now, I successfully did, because now it's full health, because I combined the two pickaxes. And then I wanted, villagers. That's why you can see me here luring zombie villagers through, because the villagers that I wanted accidentally got converted by a zombie. Well, the zombie wasn't accidental, but I accidentally let them. However, when I went to go and get the brown mushrooms to cure them, they despawned, so I had to go back into the nether to transport villagers yet again. This time, successfully doing it and putting them into this villager breeder. Yes, I know it's not the best looking building. I'm not the greatest builder, okay? Just leave me be. It does its job. It does its job. And that is the main thing. It does its job. Day 88 to 91, however, was so painfully long, because I had to wait for the villagers to breed and make the baby. But the hardest thing about that entire thing was not waiting like half an hour for the 3 days to go past. It was separating the baby from its parents. And it was not as easy as separating the Ender Dragon baby from the Ender Dragon, and nowhere near as easy as separating a child from the human parents as well. I then let it grow older, trapped in a box, because, well, I needed it to grow older to trade, so I had to wait, which took another 2 days. Villagers are the worst. They're actually the worst. But by day 95, the worst became the best. It grew up, and I managed to get mending on this first villager. Yes, it's kind of pricey at the moment with 23, but it does drop down to about 13 later on, once I get it to like a higher level. But I then continue with this villager mania. So I got myself a villager that trades me emeralds for when I give it sticks. Day 97, I got myself a Silk Touch villager, so I now have Silk Touch and Fortune pickaxes. Day 98, I got more emeralds for sticks, because it is honestly just broken, and the more you can get of these, the better. And then day 99, I got myself Unbreaking 3 for very cheap. And that brings me to the end. That brings me to day 100. And honestly, while I was doing the 100 days, while I was going through it, it was like painfully long. However, I honestly found it so fun by the end. I was sat, by the end, I was like, honestly, it was so much fun, and there's so much more I need to do. So, if you want to see it, if you want to see 200 days or another 100 days video, please can you help me make this my most liked video. Also, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching.